definition because I didn't see it in the statutes.
Okay, so what's the dictionary definition?
Prior to puberty.
That's helpful.
I know.
Okay, this is People of the State of Michigan versus Michael Shearer, docket number 20-591FH. And Mr. Shearer, would you raise your right hand, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Mr. Shearer, you can put your hand down.
I'm so sorry, Your Honor.
That's okay. I understand. And just so the court reporter knows that you have a medical condition and that causes some coughing and sometimes affects your ability to speak. So we'll just
I beg your
wait.
forgiveness. I'm so sorry.
No, you don't need to be sorry. If you need to cough, we'll just pause and you go ahead. You know. Okay. Mr. Shearer, you have the right to an attorney and you are represented by Mr. Milks. And Mr. Milks, this is a plea to count one, is that correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
And will you waive reading of the balance of the information?
We will waive the balance of the reading of the information, Your Honor. I will also say that we both waive our in-court appearance here today, Your Honor.
Right, but thank you, but you don't have to waive a plea because I can do that under the court rules. Ms. Allen, would you read count one, please?
In the People of the State of Michigan versus Michael Shearer, file 20-591-FH, State of Michigan, County of Ingham. In the name of the people of the State of Michigan, the prosecuting attorney for this county appears before the court and informs the court that on or about June 24th, 2020, at 1843 North Hagedorn Road, City of East Lansing, Ingham County, the defendant did in count one commit the offense of aggravated possession of child sexually abusive material, that he did knowingly possess child sexually abusive material involving a prepubescent child, contrary to Michigan law. There is a notice under the Sex Offender Registry Act that this is a Tier 1 offense under the Sex Offender Registration Act. It is a Tier 2 offense if the defendant has a prior conviction for a Tier 1 offense, or a Tier 3 offense if the defendant has a prior conviction for a Tier 2 offense. This is a felony punishable by up to 10 years in prison and or $50,000 and was committed against the peace and dignity of the state of Michigan.
Mr. Shearer, you're being charged here with what's known as aggravated possession of child sexually abusive material. That is a felony punishable by up to 10 years in prison. And if you were on parole at the time, it would be a mandatory consecutive sentence. You will also be subject to the requirements of the Michigan Sex Offender Registration Act. Have you had enough time to talk about this charge with your attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand the charge against you?
Excuse me. Yes, Your Honor.
And do you have any questions about what we're doing?
I'm sorry. Excuse me, Your Honor. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Do you have any questions about what we're doing today?
No, Your Honor.
And how do you want to plead?
Guilty.
If your plea of guilty is accepted by this court, it means you won't have a trial of any kind, and you'll be giving up the rights that go along with a trial. I'm going to go through those with you. You'll be giving up the right to a trial by jury, or if you didn't want trial by jury, trial by judge. You'll give up your right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty and to require the prosecutor to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You'll give up your right to have the witnesses against you appear at the trial and to be able to cross-examine them, as well as the right to have this court order any witnesses that you might have to appear at trial. You'll give up your right to remain silent at trial and not to have your silence used against you, or in the alternative, your right to testify at trial if you wanted to. Also, there are some things that are different about appeals when you plead guilty. One is that you don't get an automatic right to appeal your case to the higher court. Instead, you have to ask them to hear it and they have to agree. The other thing that's different is that there are many issues you may not appeal at all when you plead guilty, unlike when people go to trial if they get convicted and they can appeal everything. So, do you understand those rights, Mr. Shearer?
Yes, Your Honor.
Also, if I accept your plea, it means you cannot come back later on and try to say that the plea was the result of some promise or threat that no one told me about today. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
It also means you cannot come back later on and try to say that it really wasn't your own choice to plead guilty today. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is there a plea agreement, Ms. Allen?
There is, Your Honor. In exchange for the defendant's successful plea and sentence to count 1 on the felony information, the people agreed to dismiss the balance of the charges.
And Mr. Milks, is that a full and complete statement?
Yes, Your Honor, that is a full and complete statement of the plea agreement.
Mr. Shearer, is that your understanding of the agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you agree with it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, that's okay. Take a moment and cough.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
That's all right. Mr. Shearer, I need to tell you that right now, I don't know what your sentence will be, and I haven't made any deals with anyone about your sentence. Are you clear on that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Has anyone promised you anything else other than what the prosecutor said here in court today in order to get you to plead guilty?
No, Your Honor, they have not.
Has anyone used any threats?
No.
Is it your own choice to do this?
Yes, Your Honor.
And are you pleading guilty because you believe you are in fact guilty of this offense in count 1?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, then tell me what you did that would make you guilty in count 1, and this is on or about June 24th of last year.
I was in possession of a video that contained a young adolescent.
Did you say video?
Yes, I believe that was what it was.
Okay, and did you know that you had this video in your possession?
After it was sent to me, yes.
Okay, so it was sent to you and you retained it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and was it more than one, or what was it?
To the best of my recollection, Your Honor, it was only one video. There was
Okay,
also a story.
okay, and in this video, was there a child that was being sexually used in some fashion? Was there a sexual nature to this video?
Yes, Your Honor.
Describe in general terms for me what this video was about.
There was a gentleman having a adolescent child performing oral sex on him.
Okay, and you say adolescent. Was there a child who had not yet reached the stage of puberty?
Correct, Your Honor.
Okay, and you're clear on that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and did you possess this at 1843 North Hagedorn Road in East Lansing, Ingham County?
Yes, Your Honor.
Has the court complied with MCR 6.302, Ms. Allen?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Milks?
It has, Your Honor, yes.
Are you aware of any promises? Are you aware of any promises, threats, or inducements other than those already placed on the record, Ms. Allen?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Mills?
No, Your Honor.
The court finds the plea is understandingly and voluntarily made without undue influence, threats, or promises of leniency. It is an accurate plea. It's supported by the testimony. The plea is accepted. I have a sentencing date of Monday, May 3rd at 4 o'clock, Mr. Milks.
That should work, Your Honor. Thank you.
What's your client's, I'm gonna go off live stream.
Thank you.